Hey guys, Dr. Joey here with Discover Life Chiropractic, and today we're talking about backpack safety. Okay, so backpack safety is something that's very important and something that's not looked at enough with kids when we're talking about constantly carrying backpacks at school or just day to day. So what we have here is 3 tips that you guys can use to monitor your kids' health to make sure it's not putting too much stress on their spine and they're maintaining their health through the school year. Okay, so we have 3 contestants that are going to come through and they're going to show different ways that we can monitor that backpack safety. So, number 1, if you want to come on out. Oh, so with number 1 right here with the backpack, we're seeing too much weight in the backpack. Okay, so this is very common. What we want to see is less than 10% of the person's body weight in the backpack. So when there's too much weight, it's going to pull back. We're seeing way too much tension. That's going to cause a lot of stress and irritation on the spinal bones and on the back muscles, and that's going to cause a lot of irritation. Okay, so remember, less than 10% of the body weight in the backpack. Great job, contestant number 1. So, contestant number 2, come on out. Good. So for contestant number 2, what we're seeing here, again, is we're seeing a backpack that's too low, okay? So the backpack here is sitting too low on the back. The tip here is we want to keep the height here of the bottom of the backpack no more than 4 inches less than the waistline, okay? If it's sitting too low, then like you see, they're going to have to compensate by tilting forward at the top. On the spine here, what that's doing is it's causing that nice curve to move forward. And when we see that in the office, especially with kids chronically, it's putting too much stress and irritation on the cervical spine, on the nerves and the muscles there. And that's what we see with kids chronically with irritation in the nerves in the neck, with things like ADD, ADHD, sensory issues, and things like headaches, allergies, and ear infections. Okay, so what we want to see here is when that backpack is higher up, it's going to allow him to be able to have a neutral spine and remove that pressure up here on the neck. Okay, so great job, number 2. Our last and our final 3rd tip for the day is with number 3. So number 3, come on out. Oh, and number 3 is trying to look cool, okay? So number 3 only has the 1 strap on the backpack. Now, this one is very harmful for the spine. So from the side here, what we see is one shoulder is much higher than the other, right? So when we turn back to the front here, what we're seeing is that spine really has to compensate to have one shoulder higher than the other in order to maintain all that weight being placed on one side. Okay, so this causes a lot of tension on the nerves and on the spine. Now, what we want to see to correct these problems is we need to see that 2nd strap coming up here. Good. And what we want to make sure is that it's not too low and it's at a good height. And if needed, we can go ahead and pull on those straps to raise up the height of the backpack. Okay? There we go, nice and snug. So the 3rd thing is if there's too much weight in the backpack, because less than 10% of body weight can sometimes be pretty low, right? Especially when little kids. So what we want to see with that is there's too much weight. We still have to carry those binders around, those books around, but we can remove some of that weight from the backpack, those binders, those folders and books. And what we can do is we can simply hold 1 or 2 of those books and binders between classes to or from school in order to minimize all that stress and irritation on the back and on the nervous system. Okay, so great job, number 3. So again, the 3 tips we want is number 1, we don't want to see the backpack too low, right? We need it no more than 4 inches below the waist. We want to see both straps on, not just on one side. And lastly, we don't want too much weight in the backpack. We want less than 10% of the child or the adult's body weight in the backpack, okay? So with this video, these 3 tips, share them with all your friends, all the parents you know, make sure their kids are starting the school year healthy and on a good note. Thank you guys, have a great day.